What is up YouTube? It's Kingfisher745, and in this video I'm going to go ahead and show a full 100% clear of the group boss, and then I'm going to add a 98% clear as well. The reason that I'm going to include the 98% finish is because I think it's more of a domination of the group boss from start to finish. Now at this point I know Iron Man is no secret, but in my first video I did say I was going to use him and his Unibeam, and I did promise a new video this weekend when I did my 100% clear. But hey, hopefully this helps anyone who is wondering about this team and who may have been curious about what setup I used. The first time around I mentioned Angel or anyone who had a heal plus stamina restore would be a good team up. Heroic Age Iron Fist is certainly one of those type of characters. Even better, especially against those mental Iso-saurs, he can also prevent debuffs on your entire team by using his Praying Lotus. So while Angel is certainly a good team up, I do recommend Iron Fist. Next of course we have the man himself, Tony Stark. I want to note that you don't need the Mark 42 armor, but what you should probably have is his special E-ISO, the Photoconductive Empowered ISO 8. What this E-ISO says is Iron Man gains a Unibeam focus when attacked with energy or electric attacks. This can and will happen against the High Evolutionary as you just saw. Then by helping him gain Unibeam focus, you're going to increase his damage by a lot. You'll see exactly what I mean by the end of this fight. Next, I'm going to talk about my agent setup, but then I'll go back to what makes Iron Man special. On my agent, I'm using the Tactician Empowered Armor, but the Generalist Empowered Armor will do just fine. Then I'm using the Warbringer Axe, but once again you can use any weapon, especially one with a buff. Then I'm using the Psychic Amplifier, and that's basically as a stamina restore. I'm also using the Staff of Asclepios, and then lastly the Rectifier. The Rectifier isn't at all needed, but to be honest with you, it sounded like a cool idea, and I want to get some use out of an item I paid gold for. The important thing is to be able to keep Iron Man alive and restore his stamina. That's truthfully all there is to it. After that, you just spam Unibeam and let it do all the work. Now if you're asking why is Iron Man so successful against group bosses and even score challenges, the reason is because whenever he uses Unibeam, he gains Unibeam focus, which increases the damage and accuracy. This basically can stack infinitely, and it's going to end up doing a ton of damage. It's easy to use in score challenges because it's going to score epic overkills, and you can continually use items to give them extra turns and stamina. Then against group bosses, well, the devs thought it would be a good idea to pretty much give group bosses immunity to debuffs. Are they completely immune? No. But most of them either clear it every few rounds or every round. This effectively nerfed the damage of many different heroes, their abilities, and weapons. So all those large hits that required a buildup of debuffs, like Paragon Exploiter, Exploit Attrition, Exploit Opportunity, or anything like that, it was effectively nerfed because these group bosses were given some sort of removal. But Iron Man, he doesn't have that problem. Iron Man, he always tells the truth, even when he lies. But seriously, he doesn't have that problem because his damage doesn't rely on a debuff. It relies on his own buff, and that can set up a 70% damage hit. It doesn't matter if the boss or group boss can remove debuffs, as long as you can keep that Unibeam focus on him. So yes, that 458,000 damage finish came because of 10 stacks of Unibeam focus. Just like that, we were able to get a full 100% clear, but just to show you that it's not a fluke, you can do it every time. We're going to face a 98% group boss that we dominate from start to finish. Oh, and he starts with those pesky mental Iso-saurs. By the way, just to share some other ways to deal with them, you can come in with a Mystic, and that's going to prevent their mental anguish. This should give you enough time to take them out in that first round. Now one other thing that I wanted to mention once again, is you should use discretion when taking down a group boss. Remember, group is in the name, and sharing is caring. With great Unibeam comes great responsibility. Oh, and another thing I want to caution you against is, when I used the Neurotrope, I ended up getting a counterattack and I lost my Unibeam focus. So that's something you may want to be wary of. Now with this axe attack, I'm going to finish that top Tactician. Then the High Evolutionary is going to use a buff, and sometimes he doesn't even attack, which is usually a good thing. However, we wouldn't mind getting hit with electricity or energy attacks. Anything to buff our Unibeam focus. Instead he uses Radioactive Glare on our agent, and then it's going to be the bottom Tactician's turn. He hits Iron Fist, but truthfully I'm just happy our agent made it through that round. So now we can use Praying Lotus, that recharges stamina and heals our entire team. Then of course we also have Prevent debuffs, and we're basically set for the rest of the fight. On Iron Man's turn, of course we use his level 9, and this would cause a counterattack, but Iron Fist has yet another purpose, and that's going to be his amazing combo breaker. Then with my agent I use the Psychic Amplifier because Iron Man's stamina was kind of low, and also we may boost his stats. Like I said at the beginning, it's all about keeping Tony happy. Then I figured we'll go ahead and take out the Mentalist because we did have 2 attacks, and then we'll hit the Group Boss, whose counterattack is once again stopped by Iron Fist. Now once again on the High Evolutionary's turn, he uses Radiation Beam, and that does give us a stack of Unibeam Focus. With our Scrapper Iron Fist we can go ahead and throw an attack, and we do get a follow-up, but this barely does any damage, especially when it's compared to what Iron Man's about to accomplish. So here goes another Heartbreaker Unibeam, and this time we do 171,000 damage. It's going to drop the Group Boss to 43%, and in the very next round we're going to end it. For now we'll just go ahead and use our buffs and heal up, and then on Iron Fist's turn we'll once again heal our Iron Man and restore his stamina. That really is all there is to this fight, at least when it comes to Tony Stark and his Unibeam. Later today I am going to start posting the task list videos, even though I know they're kind of late. Unfortunately, with everything else going on, they kind of had to be put on the back burner. After that there's going to be plenty more videos including Kazar and Kang. We're closing in on Kazar and Zabu with less than 24 hours remaining. And then as far as Kang, I do have 4 of 8 covers, but I have enough to open another one, so hopefully we get a 5th. As for this Group Boss, I think he's thoroughly beaten and we're pretty much done with him. I mean as far as videos are concerned. But anyways, I do hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope it does help. Lastly, I'd like to thank you all for watching and ask you to please like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, good luck and take care.